Your attention towards the world of sports, food, and entertainment, and away from the things that are probably more important.
Welcome to part 2 of the Real Tree Shakers show. You know, we do this live, so we have difficulties sometime. We're old men, so we're not the most tech savvy, so at least I'm not. So, it helps to, get some help. But we're back. We'll continue where we left off. So, Sean, take it away.
All right. Well, I'm not even really sure. So let's just recap. We are on rapid fire for week 17. We just did the Jets and Browns. Ryan and I both have the Browns 23-13, and Trenton's got the Browns 27-3. Next, one of the big games of the NFC weekend. Big game. Lions 11-4 traveling to Dallas to take on those 10-5 Cowboys off their typical road performance, lackluster road
Pretty
performance.
Much, yeah.
I don't know, but the line opens up as Dallas is a 6-point favorite over the Lions.
Way too high of a line, but I do like the Cowboys this week. They're at home. I do think they bounce back. I think it's a lot closer game. I like the Cowboys 30-27. It's going to be a real nice, competitive, entertaining game. Yeah, I like it.
I don't know. I keep going through this, and I like Detroit in this game. I think it's another. I'm close with you on the score, but I like the Lions 31-28. It's a road game, and we know how Goff is on the road, but it is indoors. So the Lions, I think, have the speed to go toe-to-toe offensively with Dallas. I just worry about Dak and CeeDee Lamb eating the Lions secondary up in that one.
Yep.
So with that, we go to our next game. The Rams 8-7 traveling to the Giants at 5-10, and they're newly poor Danny or Tommy DeVito. It's over. It's over, Adrian. Tyrod Taylor is back in.
Maron. Taylor's gonna have it.
Okay.
Taylor's gonna have a hit out on him. So man, I kind of struggle with this a little bit just because those cross country games. But man, the way the Rams are playing, I gotta pick the Rams in this one. I like them 27-17 over the Giants. Giants stay competitive, but it's pretty much a lost cause for them right now. So give me the Rams. They're playing for something.
Yeah, I'm with you. Quick note on that Lions-Cowboys game. That is a Saturday night game, so make sure you tune in prime time.
Yes.
And it'll be nice as some bowl games are starting to really get going. And before I forget this, did you watch the Duke Mayo Bowl last night? The Duke's Mayo Bowl?
No. I did see the head coach of West Virginia get mayo poured on him, though. And I know that...
I did not want to watch that.
I know that Mayo Boy was salivating.
I was waiting for him at halftime to jump out of a big, life-size, mayo container. But no, I was watching that game until they had it went to the commentators and they had a nice, delicious-looking 12-pack of Krispy Kreme's donuts and a jar of mayonnaise, and they were about to put mayonnaise on the donuts, and I had to change the channel, and it did not go back.
I know it.
After that.
Come on.
I just
no more mayonnaise.
I mean, I don't know.
What a way for Drake May to end his college career. Oh well, he didn't even play.
He didn't play.
Matter. So I know. No, that's the other thing. Why get rid of the bowl games? No one plays. The star players do not play in them.
Yep.
So
look at Florida State. Look how many of them are. Unless you're in the semifinal,
I don't blame them at all.
Not even playing. I mean, look, Caleb Williams didn't play, and Caleb Williams didn't play last night, and the kid that comes in throws 6 touchdown passes.
Threw 6 touchdowns.
So I mean,
I saw that.
Yeah, threw 6. Oh, it was a good game. That was a good game. I don't know.
Did you pick the Rams?
Right. Well, I did pick the Rams. 24-20. I just think that they're playing really good football. Kyron Williams, I think, is going to have a pretty big day against the Giants. And I mean, hey, the Giants play good with Tyrod, and so we'll see some deep plays. Hopefully down to Hyatt, get Waller involved. Barkley, I don't know, but I think I'm with you. I think it'll be somewhat competitive. So the Titans at 5-10. Speaking of Mayo Boyd, travel to Houston, and the Texans at 8-7, fighting for their divisional title hopes as they get their quarterback C.J. Stroud back, who's been out for 2 weeks after that concussion. But the line opens up with the Texans 3.5-point favorites.
Yeah, I like the Texans. They're getting Stroud back. They're going to have Nico back. I know they're going to really miss Tank Dell, of course, but I think it lights kind of a spark for the Texans, and I do think it's going to be a little bit low scoring, kind of a rough and tumble game, but I'm going to go 20-17 Texans over the Titans.
I'm with you on the Texans, but I think C.J. Stroud just brings a little more juice to that offense. Nico Collins back. 28-17, Texans keep their division title hopes. And game of the week in the RTShow, the Saints at 7-8, traveling to Tampa Bay to take on those 8-7 pesky Bucks. The Bucks only a 3-point favorite.
You know, you think I'm going to pick the Bucks here, obviously, but the Saints kind of have had our number a lot during the the season. They play really
Especially
well against
when
us.
Brady
We won. Yeah. We won the first matchup 27-6 and played really well in the dome. But man, I just feel like the Bucks, the role they're on right now, I cannot pick against them, man. I like them. It's going to be a close game. 27-24 Bucks over the Aints.
I like the Bucks this week too. I think they're playing good football. They're at home. Saints on the road, not the same. You don't know what you're going to get from Derek Carr week to week. I'm waiting for Flacco to just have a huge game tonight and just bang my head on the wall. But no,
300 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Like we talked about, Rashad White been fantastic. Evans still looks like he's in the prime of his career. Baker's got just play smart. I mean, he doesn't have to do anything but play smart. So I like them 28-20 and the push for the NFC South. What did we pick?
They would win the NFC South title.
Oh, they do clinch. That's right. Okay.
They would clinch.
What did you find?
7-9.
You had
7-10.
You had 6-11. You had 6-11.
Oh,
I
definitely outperformed what I thought.
Yeah, I went 3-14.
What'd you have?
I went 3-14.
Mm-hmm. At least I had a little more belief in them.
I seriously thought that they were going to play. Well, see, no, I did that with the Giants, so that's what I get. So our teams crossed. But no, I mean, I thought they were going to play Kyle Trask a lot,
Yeah.
So I thought it was kind of a reboot year, and bowls, yada 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 yada. All right, those Eagles off their gigantic win over those Giants, which it didn't even feel like that. The Cardinals travel to Philly. Cards are 3-12, playing for nothing but their draft position. Eagles still a lot to play for. This line opens up as 10.5 points towards the Eagles.
Man, give me the Eagles. I like them this week. I mean, come on, they're playing the Cardinals. No offense to Kyler Murray, but I do think the Cardinals keep it competitive. I just think the Eagles now are motivated to win the East. I think they'll probably end up winning the division since they're a game ahead now. But I I do like the Eagles. I'm going to go 28-17 over the Cardinals.
I like that score, but I went one touchdown higher. I like the Eagles at 35-17. I think, I don't know. I'm waiting for this team to click. I know they're 11-4, but they're just not quite the same. It's every game is a grind out game, and it's like even against teams that it's not shouldn't be that close, And Philly's been in tons of these double digit point spreads, and it's always not gone in their favor, So, but yeah, I think they got to get something going in Arizona. Like I said, it's going to be cold outdoors. They're not playing for anything, and I just think that defense will contain Kyler, and it will not be close. I think it's going to be a late touchdown to even bring that somewhat close. So San Francisco, we just got San Francisco'd last week by Baltimore. Still at 11-4, traveled down to the nation's capital to take on T's Manders, who sit at 4-11. Niners are a 13.5-point favorite.
I do think that's a lot for a team that's going to have to travel cross country. But, I think the Niners are going to be upset. They're going to be pissed. They're going to handle the Jacoby Brissett-led Manders. I'm going to go 31-13.
Hey, Brissett played pretty good. Last week. Got him the lead, and then the defense let him down. What a surprise. So, let's see, Flacco looks good. I'm going to regret this all year.
He looks awesome, man.
Derek Carr, please.
Right now, would you take Njoku over Kelsey?
Absolutely.
Touchdown, Flacco.
I'm like a play behind. Yeah. I would take.
Sorry.
Let's see. I would take Njoku, Laporta. I like the McBride kid in Arizona. Cole Kmet.
I wouldn't take Kmet over Kelsey. I'm not there yet.
I don't know. He just looks. Could you see it where Jason and Travis retire at the end of the year?
Retire. Yep.
At the same time, that way they could go into the Hall of Fame together because they're both first ballot, and then they could do their podcast. I mean, which hey, if you guys are listening, if you're one of our 14 listeners,
we would
get us on.
We'd love to be guests on your show.
We would love to be on that show. Absolutely. That would be so much fun. I think just hanging out with those guys, just drinking some beer, I bet you could just bullshit with them all freaking night, man.
Oh, yeah.
And it would just be so much fun. So much fun. Yeah, I mean, so Niners, I think they got to keep rolling. And I think they make sure that they don't trail by more than 8 points in the fourth quarter, so we don't have to bring that same stat up again as we did in part 1 of this episode. And the Niners get back on track. I mean, they're still 11-4. Calm down, people.
Yeah.
Big game in the AFC is the Dolphins off their first win over a 500 team. Keep that momentum as they go back on the road to Baltimore to take on that number 1 seed MVP candidate leading Lamar Jackson-led Ravens, who are at 12-3. Ravens only a 4-point favorite at home.
This should be the Sunday night game. No doubt about it. Give me the Ravens. I like a nice, high-scoring, competitive game. It's not going to be as easy as it was against the Niners, as much as that sounds weird to say. But I do like the Ravens. This one I'm going to go 35-31. Ravens over the Dolphins.
Shootout in the harbor. I think this is a huge game for the Dolphins. Huge game for the Dolphins because the Bills, the Dolphins lose this, Bills win out. Bills win the division.
Yeah.
So, and then Miami's going to have to go back on the road for the playoffs. And the Dolphins are just like the Cowboys on the road. They're totally different. But I
Winning
mean,
team.
this is a show me league, and let's see if you can do it. I mean, because odds are you're going to have to go through Baltimore again, so it could be. It's like you remember a few years ago when the Giants played the Patriots in Week 17, and it was a shootout. It was actually the score you picked, I think, 35-31. And the Giants just went toe-to-toe with the Pats and met back up in the Super Bowl later on. So I think that gave the Giants an advantage. So I'm saying maybe it could help the but I do like the Ravens 27-17. Next up, we got the Raiders at 7-8, traveling to Indy and taking on T's Minshew Manias at 8-7. Colts are 3-point favorites.
Yeah, this was a tough one to pick considering the Raiders coming off that high of the Chiefs, beating the Chiefs. But man, Minshew at home, Raiders are not going to get by with not completing a pass in the last 3 quarters of a game. So give me the Colts. I do like it a little bit low scoring. I am going to go 23-20 Colts over the Raiders.
Well, I don't know how they would score 20 points, but I think this is close, competitive, and I like the Colts 21-17, and the Colts stay alive in playoff contention. Like, that just shows you how good of a coach Shane Steichen is, and you could tell that Philly really misses him.
Oh, yeah.
So, definitely Coach of the Year. Although, I don't know, him and Stefanski, I don't know who I would, or even Sean McVay. I think those would be my top 3. That's what I'm saying. I would go Steichen, McVay,
dare I say Todd Bowles,
Stefanski. Oh, Todd Bowles too. Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, I mean, you tell me. Or what about Mike McCarthy?
You expect it,
Great year with the to come in. They'll get into the playoffs, but with a little help from the Ravens, they could win the division. And the Bills are 12-point favorites, and Josh Allen likes playing those Patriots.
Josh Allen owns the Pats. This is going to be a slaughter. Man, I do not like the Patriots in this game at all. Give me the Bills 31-10 over the Patriots.
Yeah, I don't think this is close. I like the Bills too. 27-10. I think it's just a typical or new typical ground and pound game for the Bills, and I think they just minimize the attempts of Allen and just keep them fresh for the playoffs for that big showdown next week against the Dolphins. With that, we go to Midtown, where the Bears at 6-9 welcome the Falcons, clinging to their playoff lives, hoping for a little help from those Saints to keep their division hopes alive, right? But the Bears are open up at 3-point favorites at home.
Man, I'll tell you one thing. The Bears defense has been very sneaky. They've been playing very, very sneaky good defense these past few weeks. So Falcons on the road, they're great they're competitive at home. They're not great on the road, outdoors, in the elements. Give me the Bears. I'm going to go 24-16 over the Falcons.
Oh, well, I went Bears, and I had 24-17. I'm with you. I don't like the Falcons at home, and the Bears actually are still playing. One of the losing teams that actually have something to play for. QB, head coach, GM's hoping that QB and head coach do well, so they'll come back next year. But we'll see. Bears are going to have a very, very interesting offseason, especially with that primo draft capital. With that, speaking of draft capital for the Bears, they have those Carolina Panthers are at 2-13 with an offensive explosion last week against the Packers, scoring 30 points. They're traveling down to Duval County to take on the CJ Beathard T-Law. Who's starting at quarterback? I don't know, but the Jags are at 7-point favorites. Big line.
Ooh, yeah. If the Jags lose this game, Peterson should retire. So, I don't care who leads the team, whether it be Beathard or Lawrence, but Jags should win this game. Etienne should run all over the Panthers. They're the worst rush defense in the league. So I expect a big game from him. But give me the Jags. I'm going to go 27-13 over the Panthers.
I'm worried that it doesn't matter who plays at quarterback because Trevor, I don't think, can throw the ball deep. And CJ Beathard is an Iowa quarterback, so we know how they perform. But I do like the Jags. I'm with you. Heavy dose of ETN, and I have a feeling that the defense will make a play and Jags win 21-13. Steelers at 8-7, led by Mason Rudolph now, traveling to Seattle. Long flight to take on those 8-7 Seahawks, who are also both teams need this game to keep in their keep their playoff hopes alive. But Seattle opens up as 3.5-point favorites.
Yes. Man, Seahawks, give me them Hawks. Tough game for Seattle, especially after what they did to try to repeat what they did last game. I don't see that happening. I get it. Rudolph likes to go downfield a lot. He's kind of a gunslinger, but still like the Seahawks getting Geno Smith healthy. They seem to be getting healthy, but I will say this. I was so surprised that I was watching this video from CBS Sports that basically said the Seahawks were contenders over the Cowboys, over the Lions, over the Rams in the NFC. Nah, they ain't there yet. They're going to win this game, but they're not at that level yet. So give me the Seahawks 24-20 over the Steelers.
What'd you say the score?
24-20.
What was your score for the Hawks?
Over the Steelers?
24-20. Yep. All right. I'm with you.
Yes.
Seahawks. I like that 12th man giving Mason Rudolph a little trouble, and I like the Hawks to win 24-14. Pretty much ending Pittsburgh's playoff hopes. All right, those Bengals at 8-7, traveling to those struggling Chiefs at 9-6. Chiefs 7-point favorites. What Chiefs team shows up?
Too high of a line for sure. I do like the Chiefs game in this one, though. I do like the Chiefs taking them out. This is a CEH redemption game for him, so I'm going to take the Chiefs 28-24 over the Bengals in a good, close AFC matchup.
Man, how big would this be if Burrow was playing? This would be a huge game.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? I mean, Cincy and Baltimore could be neck and neck. I think Baltimore still would have had the division if Burrow was playing, but man,
right.
Hurry back, Joe Cool. But I like the Chiefs at home as well, 24-17. I don't know where. It just seems like Pacheco's their best offensive player. Just get the ball to him 20, 25 times. Hopefully he keeps his helmet on so he doesn't get kneed in the head. But I do like the Chiefs. That's going to be so weird seeing them on the road in the playoffs, but it's going to happen. All right, those Chargers. Easton, stick-led Chargers. Weston, Easton? Norton?
Yeah, Weston, Easton.
I don't know. The stick-led Chargers taking on the Jared Stidham now-led Denver Broncos. See you later, Russell. Thanks for the ride. Out of Broncos country. But the Broncos are still 5.5-point favorites at home.
Russell Wilson said, Broncos country, let's ride. The bench. So I definitely like the Broncos in this game. I do think it's going to be a little closer, divisional matchup. But give me the Broncos. I'm going to go a little low scoring, 21-17 Broncos over the Chargers.
I'm just in shock that how fast Russell Wilson is just tailed off. You know what I mean? It's like that's two teams that have moved off him in 3 years. Yeah, totally. Not like Brady. I mean, even Breeze was better at that age. I mean, Aaron Rodgers played better than. I mean, Russ didn't play bad,
Yep.
but I mean, just to get there and not even start the new contract, and you're already going to be gone. So, do you think Russell starts next year for an NFL team?
Yeah, there are a lot of teams that need a quarterback, and someone's going to give him another chance. So, yeah, I definitely see him starting somewhere. You?
Yeah, I think that the Steelers will be calling for Mr. Wilson's services.
Let's see that.
So
the Browns.
I don't know. We'll see. I like Russ. I mean, at least he did it right. Nothing really come out about him being benched. I'm sure that's tough on him, but he seems
Falcons,
like a good teammate.
Raiders.
But I like the Broncos too.
Titans.
Somehow, 23-14. Huh?
I said I was naming all the teams that he probably could start for next year. Titans, Raiders, Falcons, Browns.
Okay, what about the Niners? What if Wilson went to the Niners?
I mean, I don't think they will because they don't want that contract for one thing. They can't afford it. But they love paying Purdy the league minimum. So, but yeah, I mean, if he did, I think he would have a decent year, So,
Chicago, man, Njoku's killing it.
Tell you, man, he's so good, man.
I know
he's so good.
I'm gonna regret not playing Flacco. Thanks for the
Flacco's
ride.
having the game of his life, man.
All right, so our last, because I didn't play him. That's why. All right, let's go to the Packers at 7-8. Going to Minnesota to take on the 7-8 Vikings. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. The Vikings are 2-point favorites. This is the Sunday night game, the last game of the week.
It's what fantasy football does to us, and at least Kareem Hunt scored the touchdown there. So, yeah,
let's.
You know what? I had a hard.
Thank you.
I had a hard time picking this game. Tough divisional game. Ooh, missed extra point. You wonder what's going to happen, but give me the Vikings in this game. I get it. They're starting Jared Allen. Is that his name? Jared, rookie quarterback, right?
No, it's still. Is it not Nick Mullins?
Nope, they changed out.
Oh, are they the kid from Tennessee?
Yeah. God, what's his name? Why am I not remembering?
Hooker.
No,
right?
Not Hooker.
Hooker?
Jaron Hall from BYU.
No, he went to the Vikings. Oh, Jaron Hall. Okay. Oh.
Yeah, Jaron Hall, BYU. He's starting for the Vikings. They still have Jefferson. They might have Addison. They still have Chandler. I like them over the Packers. Packers just cannot play defense at all. You saw the Panthers look like a juggernaut against them. So give me the Vikings at home. Close matchup, 27-24 over the Packers.
Yeah, I kind of went back and forth on this. I don't really think it matters who's playing. But the Packers, I don't know, man. It's bummer about TJ Hawkinson. Really sucks.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he'll be not available for most of next year too. It's just stupid. Yeah. That's the worst part about this game is the superstars and really good players just getting hurt every single week. But with that, I don't know why, but I'm going with the Packers on the road. They're going to skull out them Vikings 24-20. And that ends rapid fire for week 7. Boom. Can you believe the college football playoff starts on Monday?
Nope.
I mean, well, Saturday.
I love them.
Let's not jump too.
Yeah.
Oh, but Saturday we get that full slate of games.
Yeah, it's gonna be good, entertaining for sure. And
yeah, definitely. I used to love working. Like I always worked on New Year's Eve, because everybody wanted off, so I would usually work, and then I always made sure I was off New Year's Day. So everyone who was a little
watch the games,
groggy and hungover, yep, they were all at work, and I had made my money, and I still met up with them later on in the night. But you know what? That was cool. Sit on my couch with some Julio's chips and salsa, and I enjoyed the full day. But yeah, let's we need Michigan to win on Monday. It's gonna be a really close game, but I think that game just comes down to if we can run the ball. Michigan run the ball, they win the game. So
I agree.
Oh, and then who do you think? Texas or Washington?
I do like Texas. I like Texas. Just think they've been, I think it's going to be a very entertaining game too. It's going to be very close. I just like Texas slightly. So
I think that could be just like the Washington-Oregon games. The first time they played in the year, and just back and forth. I can't wait. It's going to be so exciting. Man, that's crazy. This is more than likely going to be the final episode of the Real Tree Shaker Show for 2023. Of the year. Don't worry, 14 listeners. We're going to be back. We'll be back.
Yes.
We're already planning season 2. Sure. I mean, what can you... So we're forward thinkers, even though we can't remember to do shit that we were supposed to the day of, but we think ahead.
Exactly.
But anyways, my man, been a great year with you, Miss T.
Yes.
Wish he was here.
Loved it.
But
it's been awesome.
Yes, Groot. We had a great time with you too.
He's coming out.
Yes. All right. Well, real quick, Ryan, tell everybody where they can find us, listen to us, see us, all that stuff.
You can find us on Twitter, X, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. You can listen to us on Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music. Search Real Tree Shakers Show. You will find us. Please be a part of our listening group. We want to share this with the world, and that's our goal. That's our New Year's resolution, to share with the world.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. Love it. All right. Well, we'll be back next year. As we will be,
yes.
I think we need to do a top 5. We haven't done a top 5.
Yes, top 5 next
time.
We
need to do top 5 next episode.
Yes.
Top 5 New Year's Day hangover remedies. Number 1, Menudo.
Yes.
Anyways. All right.
Yes.
Well, my man, fun as always.
Yes.
Thanks everybody for listening.
Happy New
Year to you. Happy holidays. Stay safe. Use a designated driver. We'll see you next year. This has been the Real Tree Shaker Show. Adios.
Peace.